Started in the bluegrass tradition, and it is a percussive way of playing violin with the bow, the bottom of the bow on the string. Came in like the 70s, early 80s, and it was a way of creating percussion in bluegrass bands who didn't really have percussion because bluegrass bands are mostly, fiddle, upright bass, banjo, maybe a washboard, but not drummer, no drummer. So I'm going to teach you two different kinds of chops and show you how to make these rhythms. So the first thing we're going to learn, when we got your instruments up, so we're going to take our instrument, our bow rather, and we're going to land it on our middle two strings really close to where the fingerboard is. So we're going to land it right like this and just quietly place it. And everyone just do that, place it, and then we're going to pick it up. And when we pick it up, instead of picking it straight up, we're going to pick it up a little bit to our left, so like this. So we all do that. Ready? Ready? Land it and then pick it up. Ready? And land and pick it up. Okay, so while you're doing that, if you can take your left hand and cover your strings so that if I were to pluck them, they wouldn't make any noise or notes. So can we ready? Land it. Ready? Land and pick it up. Ready? Land, pick it up. Okay, so it's not quite an up bow though, so let's make sure that we bring it more up than to the left, right? So if we're talking angles, this would be 90 degrees, maybe 80 degrees. So ready? And we're going to do these as 8 notes. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you ready? Yeah, same with bass. Middle two strings near the fingerboard, and we're going to land it and pick it up. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And remember when I said to rosin the very bottom of your bow, if you can place that right underneath your pointer finger, so it's really close, so that your thumb is almost touching your top string. Okay, ready? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if you can take your left hand, cover your strings so that they try to make no sound, and then on the pickup, make sure it's kind of like a little bit of like a mini snare sound. Ready? And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Perfect. So these are called ghost chops, and they are to keep time. So if you have a metronome, which you always want to practice with when you're doing this, because it's like drums, you don't want to rush. So as it gets faster, you'll see we go not as high and much softer. So 1 and. What we want to hear is and. You don't want to hear 1 and 2. You want to hear and. So let's try it a little faster. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Ready? Listen. So 1 and 2 and here we go. Perfect. So those are our ghost chops. You're already far ahead of the game. The next thing we're going to do is a regular chop. Now for everybody but cello and bass, this happens on our top two strings. For cello and bass, it instead is going to still happen on your bottom two strings, on your middle two strings, and you're going to push towards your bridge instead. But I'll quickly explain it to the violins and anyone playing viola. Yeah, violins and violas. My wife plays viola, so special place when I'm for viola. Ready? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our bow, we're going to turn it slightly towards our left hand, and what we're going to use is this part of the hair right here. So not quite the flat part, but like the edge. And we're going to go closer to our bridge this time, and we're going to land it like this. Good. And so it's called a chop, right? So if we had a big tree and we took an axe and we chopped into the tree, what would happen? It would what? If you were really strong in one swipe, you could do that, but it gets stuck. So if we take the axe and we swing, it should get stuck. Unless you're Superman and you got one stroke and you can knock the tree down, it should get stuck on our top two strings. So we land it, you should see the hair bend like this, and then pick it up. So that's two sounds, right? Can we look at that? Ready? And for cello and bass. Instead, we push towards the bridge, and then we pick it up like this. Ready, and good. So those are our two different kinds of chops. Now obviously we have to use these and put these together to create some sort of rhythm. So what we're going to do is we're going to do ghost chops on beats 1 and beat 3, and regular chops on beats 2 and beat 4. So it will sound like this. Now the important thing is that the ghost chops, when we land them, we don't want to make too much noise, right? We don't want to go like this. We want this. Place and 2 and place and 4 and 1, 2, here we go, and ghost and regular, and ghost and regular. Good. So if you can practice this, take a metronome and you start really slow at about 60 and you go just ghosts. Then maybe you take the regular chop and you put it on just beat 3, it would sound like this. Faster, once you get faster, will sound like. See here how you just hear the ands? So you guys want to try that with me? Let's try just doing a regular chop on 3 and everything else ghost chops. A little quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what we want to do is start really, really slow. I would say 60 is a really good tempo to start with when we're doing that. And then you slowly increase it by maybe 5 beats per minute as you go 60, 65, 70. Incorporating into that, notes next would be adding notes in the place of a ghost chop. So if we would play 8th notes instead, we would start with maybe an A and we would go like this. Then ghost, regular, ghost. Can we try that? So remember, the important thing about this is play, then get your fingers to cover the strings so that we don't get this, right? So it'll be covered. Lift. Okay? 1 and 2, and here we go. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. So again, and this is a lot of information. Since we have this 20-minute workshop, I just want to give you a lot of stuff for now, and then slowly but surely you can work it up. As it gets faster, it starts to sound like this. Then you add chords to it, like a guitarist would. So when you see a guitarist play, you know, sometimes you see them go. Right? So they're using strumming, they're just strumming 8th notes. Right? And so they use their left hand to cover up notes to create different rhythms. So watch, right? You see how my right hand is just continuously moving? So what we do is we add chords too, and it starts to sound like this. With that rhythm, and you can start to add new rhythms. We do things like triplet. Faster goes. So it starts to turn into this kind of rhythm that you can use with a bunch of other people, and it becomes like you can be the guitarist in your quartet and do that kind of stuff, and it creates a really nice backing area for the rest of the quartet, and then you can switch off that part, and I think it's a really important part for arranging pop tunes and stuff, because once you have those rhythms and those chords, it stops sounding like you're playing as a string quartet and more like you're trying to create the sound that the band itself is creating, which I think is the most important part about doing a cover. Recreating sounds rather than recreating the notes.